In today's episode, we have purchased an Air Ride Airlift Performance bagged RS3 kit for this car right here. Yes, you heard me right. We are slamming the Audi Rs3. It is going on Air Ride and Rotiforms. I am so excited for this. It's been driving me insane. There is a crazy deal on OWNA right now. Free t-shirt with every single hoodie. Add your favourite hoodie to your basket, add your favourite t-shirt, and it'll automatically give you the t-shirt for free. Free t-shirt, every single hoodie. Go and get your orders in. Google us, we're right at the top. This is one of our brand new purple donuts, heavyweight winter hoodies, and it is a beast. Weighs a ton, and you get a free t-shirt with it. So make sure you go and check us out. There's loads of new stuff online. Make sure you smash the like button in today's episode. And if you're hyped for the Audi Rs3 to hit the deck, double smash the like. Actually, don't double smash it because it'll unlike. It would actually unlike, wouldn't it? It would. Right, so as you can see, they are a used and abused kit. We are going for the regen for this car. I paid a whopping £1,200 for bags, management, controller, everything. All I need is lines and a controller cable. £1,200. This is what the Rs3 is going to do. Pull up at the location. Fuck off. There we go, rear bags. I'm going to clean all of this up. Give the bags a bit of love, no hate. You know what I'm with? This tank that I'm going to repaint as part of this build. So my plan is, with the Rs3, I want to do a bunch of episodes on a full build. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to rejuvenate and give this tank a bit of love. That's my rear tank. This is my compressor. This thing regulates the air and sends air to all four corners. Weirdly, the compressor is 3/8. I think they're all 3/8, you know. Compressors.
And then it's only the lines that come out of the management.
I think it's the lines that come out of the management that are different. So that's my compressor. These are my front bags. As you can see, these have done the fucking mileage. That I reckon these have been abroad. Vote off in the comments. How many times have these fossils been up and down? Get what do you reckon? Throw your 2 pence in. I reckon 5k.
And the rest.
Do you reckon more?
Yeah.
You reckon more than 5?
Yeah, because someone had him before.
Someone had him before Eric. A girl apparently.
20k.
Then Eric had him, and then I had him. But there's no signs of wear. There's no signs of wear other than this little joint in the middle, which is solid rubber, so that doesn't matter. Let's show them the other one. This one's actually in better condition than the other one. So this one doesn't need bearings again. If it needs bearings, you can usually move it by hand. Check it. No marks other than that one, and that one, and that. Rear struts. They are last but not least, the other rear bag looking like a fossil. Watch how sick I get these back to, and watch how sick this build ends up being. Stay tuned. I'm checking I've put everything in the car, because when you're filming you don't think straight. You kind of just go off your head, and then you wonder when you get home why you've got one airlift strut and one's missing. Why you're one bag short. I did, however, forget something really important, and this is pretty much the most important thing. There's a bag in the back there that's got all my wiring and my loom and my controller cable and everything else, but the most important thing is this Airlift Performance Management. This is where the money is. You think it's in the airbags, it's actually in the management that the actual dollar is in. Hell yeah. So, yesterday, after I picked up the Air Ride, I ended up just coming straight home and inspecting the kit. Currently, starting the next day with a brew. The garage is pretty chaotic at the moment. I've got a BMX project going on at the moment. The chances are you're here for car content, so I'm not going to bore you on BMX content. However, I do need to get rid of this couch. in the next couple of days, and I do need to get my BMXs out with here. Right, we are bagging the Audi RS3. RS3 exhaust, cold start in my garage on a Sunday morning. Let's go. Starting with some GT85, and I'm literally just going to drench the shit out of the whole strut. I'm not trying to make them new, that's not what I'm trying to do here. All I'm trying to do use a brush, like you can see. All I'm trying to do is just get the most amount of surface rust off them, just to slow down the process of them rusting. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the leader line out. So I've cleaned these up. They've come up pretty sick actually. That's how they now look. Pretty savage. Still obviously a bit of rust around here and on the bands and stuff. You would probably have to get them sandblasted to actually get rid of that rust. Next thing I've got to do, I've got to take this old leader line out and re-PTFE it. It just seems crazy not to do it whilst they're off the car. There's an attempt to get it off. My God, she's on solid. And the reason why I want to do this is obviously, I know the guy who sold me them said that he's had no issues and no leaks or whatever, but since then they have been off the car, just getting more rusty, more dirty, more corroded, and it would suck having to do this on the car versus off the car. So, leader line removed. We got the leader line. I'm reapplying some PTFE tape, nice and tight on the line. On the end, I'm just going to do 2 full rotations. I've never done more than that, and I've never had an air leak on a car. So, PTFE tape on the end, back on, bit sketchy, but it's okay. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to thread this back in, and then I can vouch for this in saying that it's been solidly PTFE'd. You never want to go too tight on these. I'm pretty sure they're taper thread, meaning that they grip as they go deeper. That's one of my 2 front struts, fully cleaned up, brushed all the excessive dirt off that we don't need, cleaned up the end so it slides on well again, re-PTFE taped and cleaned all the bearing, the top, the underneath, the top, all that. So, other than the stress marks in the middle, that is looking pretty damn insane. Jeez. So, check it out. This one strut is done. Didn't take that long to do really, and it looks actually a lot better. Check it out. So, first thing I did at the end was re-PTFE'd between this and this. So that's nice and sealed, and that's where it goes from your front wheel, where your brake and your wheel attaches, to some actual airline. If you remember, this one looked worse than this one, so this was the better strut, and it was this rusty before, and now it looks like that, which is pretty cool. Leader line. The reason you have these braided hoses, which I actually think they should have all the way through the car, but the reason why you have these is basically for stability around your wheel and your disc and stuff. This is a dirty arse mess. I'm just cleaning up the thread on the leader line. 2 front struts, reconditioned, ready for install. Pieces like this can be pretty sharp. So all I'm doing is I'm just going around here and I'm just getting heavy pieces off like this. In an ideal world, I'd take these off and get them sandblasted, but I just don't really want to go somewhere and get it done. That doesn't even look that bad now. There you go. That's the most I'm doing to the rear bags. It's not that deep. That's all I'm doing. Bit of a clean up, bit of a de-rust. That's how they were. That's how they're going on the car. I think it's a little bit better. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going absolutely insane with them. I'm not scrubbing them down. I'm not knocking off any more of that old paint. They're literally just things that hold the bags. I don't think it matters that much. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Give this one a bit of a clean up. That's the amount of rust that was built up around the perimeter here. So looks a lot better. Beautiful. PTFE tape done on that. Let's go for the reinstall. I'm now onto the compressor, doing this part of the compressor that joins together. Re-PTFE and everything. Take all the old PTFE out. Shagged. Anything would be shagged coming out of a thread that's been covered though. Back in. PTFE tape done. The reason why you put PTFE on everything is it stops any air moving through the thread. Kind of seals the thread tight. There is an issue with the compressor. This is something I need to sort now, because if I forget this, it could burn my car down and at very minimum, fuck my install up. This could slow me down massively. So, check this out. So, right up tight, close to this, we've got a frayed wire. We've got exposed live cable. The red one is exposed in there, as you can see. I've separated the cables, and the red one is just a bit shagged close to that. Now, I probably could try and get the cap off this, but I don't want to fuck it up. Whereas I think if I just get heat shrink right down to the end of that, I feel like it'll seal it. Tank is done, front struts are done, rear struts are done. All we got to do is this. Okay, I've just been to Halfords and got a shitload of these, which are different ampage, battery connectors, female and male cable joiners. On top of that, I got a big massive box of heat shrink, which is going to come in handy straight away when we have to put this cable right out of the compressor when we get back home. So really I bought it for that, but actually it does come in handy to have a lot of this stuff lying around. So I'm actually really happy. And then I got an emergency box of these just in case I need more. I shouldn't need more than I've bought, but I know how it can be when you're installing air ride. You make one mistake, you got to do it again. Full shug. Over all these loose wires. Done. I've ran the heat shrink all the way to there, and I'm going to melt this now and get it to shrink on that, closing the gap, not leaving any cable exposed. Actually really glad I've got heat shrink for this build, because it just fucking makes it so much more pro when you can just heat shrink stuff dialed like this. Shabba. So we got an internal heat shrink, which is covering all them loose wires, and then we've got a double, what's doubling it up together. Looks smart, that now. Pretty happy with that. I've got loads of spare heat shrink. I got them, and them for £17. So that's front struts done, ready to go on the car. That's rear bags done, ready to go on the car. That's tank done, ready to go on the car. And compressor done, ready to go on the car. I've got loads of cleaning up to do in the garage. I'm not going to bore you and film all of that. I've got to clean all of the garage up, and I've got to strip the car of its wheels, wheel arches, stock suspension. I'm going to get all of that shit off, and in the next episode we're going to do a full RS3 air ride install. It's going to be sick. Start to finish, one banger. That right there is the end of today's air ride pre-hype episode. I hope you are ready for the RS3 to be on its ass on the floor. Absolutely stoked for the RS3 to be on air ride. Appreciate everyone's support on my brand OWNA. Appreciate everyone watching the videos, everyone smashing the like button. Before we go, I wanted to remind everyone watching the channel right now that there is an insane deal on OWNA right now. Free t-shirt with every single hoodie. This is one of our thick winter oversized heavyweight hoodies. Add your free t-shirt with any hoodie and it'll auto discount in your basket. Appreciate the support on the brand. If you want to find us, Google us, we're right at the top. Thanks for watching today's episode. Make sure you go and grab your free t-shirt, don't forget, and appreciate the support. Make sure you check out the next video where we're going to be bagging this car on its ass. It's going to be insane. Appreciate the support. See you in the next episode.